Neely, and this is my case study presentation on Madison. Okay. Madison is a first grade student, and she has a twin brother who is in the second grade. Madison did not go to kindergarten, and she also missed about the first 3 to 4 weeks of first grade because she had head lice. So that got her really behind in her academics already. Madison does live with her mom and dad. She also lives with her twin brother, her sister, and she has a stepbrother and 2 stepsisters. Her mom helps her with her homework most nights. There was no mention of her dad helping her with her homework. And the teacher said that she gets help probably on 50% of her homework. There is a lot of days that she doesn't turn in homework. So that could be some of her struggling that she has in the classroom. Madison was, at the beginning of the year, she was tested for special ed, and she did qualify for LD. Her main struggle is in reading, and she receives a lot of accommodations in reading. She does very good in math, and she does not receive accommodations in math. Madison is a great artist. She loves to draw and gives her drawings to other people. Her favorite subject is math, and it shows. She's very good at it. She's very good at manipulating numbers and thinking critically about numbers according to her teacher. Madison likes to work with others in small groups. She said that's her favorite learning environment is when she's with her other peers, whether it's with partners or in a small group, being pulled back with the teacher. Her academic behavioral history, Madison was just recently tested, like I said, and she did qualify for LD. Madison receives accommodations in reading. Her main struggle is with letter identification and sight word recognition. I think they kind of decided it was more of like a memory thing. When she's reading text, she cannot remember her sight words, but if you show them like on flashcards, she was able to read them. But she can't read them when she's like reading through a book or reading through a passage. Madison loves to have books read out loud to her, so she does like being read to, and she likes to flip through the pages of a book, but she does not enjoy reading on her own because she does struggle with it. From my observation of Madison, I observed her in the hallway during like bathroom times and any kind of transitioning times, and I also monitored her during her morning work and during a trip to the library to see how her behaviors were. And overall, Madison is very good at following the rules, and she does what's expected of her. During morning work, she always raises her hands to answer questions, and she also loves to volunteer her answers to the class. She's pretty confident in her answers during whole group work. She does pay attention. When transitioning in the hallway, she does wait in line. She stays in line with her hands by her side. She keeps her hands to herself, and she does very good at following the rules during transitioning times. She stays on task for the most part. She tries hard. She normally does get her morning work finished. She's good at staying on task. While observing her, I did notice that she is eager to learn and she's very well behaved. I think her being absent at the beginning of the year did put her really behind in reading, and I do believe that's kind of what qualified her because she does struggle with that. This is Madison's sociogram. The pink lines were 3 people that she plays with at PE, and she did choose 3 of her friends. The blue line is 3 people that she thinks is smart. The black line is 3 of her best friends, and the orange line is 3 people she would like to be friends with. And then she circled 3 people that she would like to be friends with in the future. Madison's people that she chose didn't really show any consistency or patterns. Some of the people did sit at her table with her, and some of them she would randomly sit with at lunch, but they don't get to choose their seats at lunch, so there really wasn't a pattern with that either. And they have assigned seats in the classroom and on the carpet, and some of the people were like on the other side of the classroom that she chose, so she may associate with them at PE, and I just don't know it, but I didn't see any consistency there. According to other of her classmates on her sociogram, a lot of people did choose her as their smart student, according to them. Some of the reasons that I thought that she was chosen as a smart student is because she does often raise her hand and volunteer her answers during whole group. So she does get a lot of attention during that. So I thought maybe that students thought, oh, well, she's always answering the questions, so she must be smart. And she is. She does get the answers right a lot of the times. She was also chosen as several people's best friends that she did not actually choose, but other people chose her. And she is very sociable and friendly to her peers. She's comforting and encouraging and loving towards them. And she herself had a hard time choosing her best friends. On her sociogram, she wanted to choose a lot of people. She said that her whole class was her best friends. And she also wanted to choose herself as a smart student. She was like, I'm very smart. And I was like, well, you are smart, but we need to choose some of our peers too. So that was interesting. Some effective interventions and accommodations that I used for Madison were that to highlight key directions, whether it's during morning work or just assignments throughout the day. If I highlight key parts of the directions that she needs to do, it helps her to stay on task and easier to know what to do. She does take her test in an alternative site in the resource room, and her tests are untimed. A lot of the times on spelling tests, she will have like a word bank of, like if it's cat, they would give her the letters, but she would have to choose where the letters go for the correct spelling. Extra verbal cues to prompt her to help her stay on task, and then rewording the questions to a simpler language if she doesn't quite understand what she's supposed to do or what the question's asking her. And then oral testing. My reflection on the interventions was that Madison does respond well if she does get her certain keywords highlighted because it helps her stay on task. Giving her verbal cues during lessons to make Madison pay attention, Madison just saying her name in a sentence to catch her attention to help her stay on task. And if Madison is struggling with a question, the teacher will reword it, and Madison does do better with hands-on activities and manipulatives to keep her involved and engaged in the lesson. I worked with Madison in a small group setting with 4 other students, and in this small group it was during reading time. We did do decodables, and we did a lot of blending practice. Whatever we have studied in whole group, whether it was digraphs or anything, we would blend the words during small group, and she did very well with that. We also used alphabet flashcards, and we practiced our high frequency words during our small group. So cooperative learning group was very good for Madison. What I learned from Madison is that she's helped me to be able to see that all students are capable of going to their next level in their education process, but even though Madison may not be on the level that she should be on in the 1st grade, she is still capable of going to her next step, no matter where it's at. All students learn at a different pace, and Madison is a little slower than her peers, but that does not mean that she will never be able to reach those levels. It just means that she learns at a different speed, and she may need a little extra help. But she is capable, and with enough work with her and enough one-on-one time, she is capable of achieving her goals and going to the next level.